Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Sardia. Have you subscribed yet? What about your friends? Go ahead and tell them to subscribe. In any case, I'm happy that you're here with me today. It's been a while because I've been busy running around, going to conferences, speaking at different events, and doing all the things that I do, guys. All right, so today I want to talk to you about the difference between having a college degree and being educated. And I want to make something clear. Having a college degree does not mean that you're educated. And not having a college degree does not mean that you're uneducated. So we want to make this thing quite definitive. All right. Having a college degree really means that you went through a program in an institution, whether it's a university or college, same thing, interchangeable. You completed the program successfully because there are benchmarks that you met. And as a result, they give you a degree in exchange for meeting those benchmarks, AKA classes, finishing off with an A or a B, C sometimes. And so we find, especially for me, I find that there are a lot of people who have, sometimes they have 2, 3, 4 degrees, guys, and they're uneducated. They're not critical thinkers. They're not emotionally capable. They don't have emotional intelligence. They don't have relational intelligence. They don't have intrapersonal skills. They don't have interpersonal skills. And intrapersonal skills is the idea to self-regulate, right? And interpersonal skills, the prefix there is inter, between. How do you maneuver? How do you control your disappointment? What are some soft skills that you have cultivated over your lifetime? And so I find a lot of educated people with degrees who they don't possess these skills. When I was growing up, there was a man, I don't want to call his name in this video, but I remember this man. He was very wise. And I remember him telling me, I probably was like 15, and he said, Sardia, do you know the difference between being smart and being wise? And I was like, well, it's kind of the same thing to me. And he's like, no, a smart person seems to do whatever they want to do, right? But a wise person does what is most efficacious or what is most beneficial. So being able to decode and decipher the difference between the two is rather interesting to me. I was talking to someone the other day, and I know this person is a friend of mine. He's very good at what he does, but he doesn't have his degree in that particular area in which he is good. And he'll say to me, when I go to these banks or I go to these institutions, the first thing they want to see is, where's my credentials? And I'm like, my credential is my experience. My credential is the plethora of testimonials that I have that I'm able to do this work. But because I don't have a certification or I don't have a certificate to really prove it or to back that up, all of a sudden I'm deemed as uneducated. And that's really unfortunate in our society. I am a college graduate. Pace, hi Pace. Shout out to Pace for displaying my book and my business. I really appreciate it. I also went to John Jay College of Criminal Justice. And I'm also a parent, and I know I'm going to push for my daughter to go to college. And we don't have enough time in this video as to why I would choose that route for my child and why I chose that route for myself. Of course, without, a college degree and, my license, state license or whatnot, I could not have been an educator. So that path was necessary for me. But I want to make something clear for those who, I know a lot of people, they have tactile skills and they don't necessarily have certification or degrees. I don't want you to see yourself as uneducated, right? I want you to see yourself as educated in a discipline without certification. And that's okay, because there are tons of people in our society who have all these degrees and all these paperwork, but they're uneducated. So an educated person to me is someone who's a critical thinker, a person who have emotional intelligence, a person who have relational intelligence, a person who have quite a good set of interpersonal skills and intrapersonal skills, who know how to navigate, who know how to function. One of my favorite books of all time is by Robert Greene. It's called 48 Laws of Power. And in that book, I'm telling you, that man, he really outlined some serious gems about how we ought to function in society. And whether you have a degree or not, all those laws, they're applicable to you. And so for me, I don't judge people by, there's a saying, we don't judge people by the cover of the book. We don't judge a book by its cover. Look at me messing it up. But we judge people by the content of their character. And for me, well, I'm going to push it and say, I judge people based on their competency. So whether you have a degree or not, if you're competent, if you're responsible, if you're responsive, if you are intelligent, because degrees doesn't mean you're intelligent. I know a lot of educated fools who are unintelligent, like they don't have social skills or professional skills or whatnot. And so in our society, we almost kind of create this demarcation line between the uneducated and the educated. And oftentimes the educated are lumped with the college graduates. But I'm here to tell you, being a college graduate does not mean that you're educated. Really, it doesn't mean that. It just means that you went through a program and you completed the program efficaciously. Also, college is a business. I said to a friend of mine the other day, I said, college is a business. And when you go through this business, you either have to assert yourself to get what you went there for, or you will lose yourself and walk out with a whole bunch of loans and not getting anything that you went there for. So, educated people who have college degrees, we welcome you. And uneducated people with college degrees, we also welcome you. And for those who are college graduates, I know there was a time in our country or even in our society where people almost kind of position themselves with their shoulders back as if they're better than others. For me, I just deal with people on a regular basis. I just deal with you because you're a human being and you ought to be respected and you ought to be interacted with. If you're educated and you're a jerk, I don't want to deal with you. And if you are quote unquote lack college degree and you're friendly, you're nice, you're personable, you're responsive, you have relational intelligence, yes, I want to deal with you. And so we have to make this thing quite definitive. Having a college degree does not mean that you're educated. Listen, if you like this video and you like what I'm saying, go ahead, give us a like. What are you waiting for? Leave us a comment and share this with your friends. Take care. Bye.